Well, thousands of students from Brant, Hamilton, and Niagara could be facing suspensions because their immunization records are out of date. Public health units say in many cases that paperwork just needs to be updated, but in other cases, students may have missed their vaccinations during the pandemic. Matt Ingram joins us live in studio with more on this. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, Taz. Students across Ontario face suspension if they do not have the proper immunization or medical exemption documents on file. Here in Hamilton, Public Health is offering catch-up clinics this week for students who may have missed their shots due to access issues during COVID. It's just one of the ways our region continues to deal with the lingering effects of that global pandemic.
As the world dealt with COVID-19, Hamilton Public Health paused enforcement of student immunization rules, as some students were unable to access the shots. But this year, enforcement will start again, beginning with high school students.
In January, notice was issued to just over 13,000 students.
Dr. Brendan Liu says that big number of potential suspensions is explained by the pause in enforcement, and already many have updated their records.
Over half of those individuals having provided that updated record.
And to help get the number even lower, Public Health is offering student catch-up clinics all week at 110 King Street West.
This is an opportunity for students to receive vaccinations that might have been missed.
In a similar pattern, when Niagara region began its enforcement last year after a pause due to COVID, it initially sent out 20,000 notices. But
we were able to, even through the suspension period, work with most parents to get down to, I think, just around 100 or so.
This year, Niagara has sent out over 3,000 notices, but expects the actual number of suspensions to be low.
Most parents are compliant.
And says those suspensions won't actually happen for several months. But in Brant County, the health unit is on a different timeline. 272 high school students were suspended February 7th, with 7 of them still on suspension. And 940 elementary students are set to be suspended March 26th.
It is important to note not all students with incomplete vaccination records are not vaccinated. Often it's an issue that they have not yet been reported to us that they are.
A poll from Angus Reid released last week found that parental opposition to vaccination has increased since the COVID-19 pandemic. The poll found 1 in 6 parents say they are really against vaccinating their kids. It also found mandatory vaccination support has dropped from 70% of parents in 2019 to 55% this year.
I don't actually see strong evidence of an increase in anti-vaccine sentiment.
It's a little early for me to say whether or not there's an increase in the number of individuals who are declining vaccination.
Just this week, Hamilton Public Health announced it is pausing the enforcement temporarily due to the ongoing cyber attack, which is impairing operations and the accessing of records. However, Public Health tells me that enforcement will be carried out once it becomes feasible to do so.